Hi guys, this is your coach again and welcome back to the channel. And today I'll be telling you how to use Java, and inside Java I'll be basically telling you how to use the break and continue statement with for loop, with nested for loops and with while loop. Okay. Now, first of all, let me tell you what is a break and a continue statement. Now, break statement, as the word itself, makes it clear. Break means whenever you write break anywhere in your loop or anywhere in your program with a semicolon, what happens? Suppose it's a for loop, okay? You have written a for loop, okay? And inside the for loop, you have written break. That means whenever a condition will satisfy inside that particular for loop, okay, and that condition meets and you have written break inside that, then what will happen? This for loop will get terminated. Okay, so break means whenever a condition satisfied, that particular for loop will be terminated, that particular for loop or will not run, or a while loop will not run anymore. Okay, that is what a break statement does. Okay, same as for continue statement. What will happen if a if a condition satisfies and if you write continue and then with a semicolon, then what will happen? After the condition satisfied, then also it will continue to you know uh, run the loop, that is a for loop or a while loop. Okay, so let's quickly go inside our code and let's try to learn that out from the coding structure, how you should do it in Java. Okay, so I'll create a new class. Let's say the class name is code. Okay, and this is the class which got created. Just double click on it, and now just move everything which is there, and then you have to start writing the codes. Okay. Fine, so now see, we'll start with public. First of all, I'll show you with a for loop, okay, how a break statement works. So public class and code, okay. So public class and then code. Fine, open the brackets. Inside this, public static void main string args, okay. And now inside it we have to run a for loop. Okay, so I'll just take a data type integer and then I'll just take a variable, that is I, and I'll run a for loop in order to uh, execute numbers from 1 to 10. Okay, that means my for loop will start from I is equal to 1 and then it will go less than equal to 10. And here how I'm using the break statement is from 1 to 10, when I'm getting the number, let's say 5, then the for loop will stop executing. Okay, so how to write that? So I'll write I is equal to 1, I is less than equal to 10, I plus plus. Okay, now we have to check for the condition, as I said, like when inside 1 to 10, okay, if you're getting 5, that means if I equal to 5, that is my condition. Okay, so inside the if, when I get I equal to 5, I'll write break. Okay, now after this, what you have to do, you just have to write system dot out dot print ln and then the value of I. Okay, now see what's happening. Let's do a dry run. Dry run means how the backend will actually work. First, let's manually check that out. Okay, so we have a variable I, so let's write I over here. Okay, what is the value of I? So I is equal to 1. It is initialized inside the for loop. I is equal to 1. Okay, now it checks the condition. I is less than equal to 10. Yes, the condition is satisfied. Okay, now it gets inside the if. It checks I is equal to 5. No, it's not, right? It will again execute I plus plus. Then it goes to 2. Okay, again the condition is not satisfied. Then 3, again not satisfied. Then 4, again it is not satisfied. Then 5. Now the condition is satisfied. Okay, now the condition is satisfied. So what will happen? It will get inside this particular break if condition, and then the break command or the break statement will be executed. That means what will be the output? The output will be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, because after 4 we get a 5 and then a break statement is there. That means after 4 there is a break. That means we don't want to execute anymore. Let's just print the output whatever it is. Okay, so that's how this whole code is working. So let's compile it off and let's try to check it off. Okay, so this is the one. Let's run it. Now see the output. The output is 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what we got in our dry run. Dry run means some manual testing, like how you can check it off your code, which is actually working or not. Okay, same thing you get it in your terminal window when you try to run your code or your class. So 1, 2, 3, 4, that's the output. So that's how you can use um, a break statement inside a for loop. Okay, now let's see how to use inside a nested for loop. Okay, so let's take two datas or two data types and two values, that is I and j. Okay, and inside this I'll write for j is equal to 1, j is less than equal to 10, and then j plus plus. Okay, and then the brackets, and now inside the brackets I'll be testing off two things. If I is equal to 2 and j is equal to, okay, let's take a bigger number so that you'll get to see the output more. Okay, if I is equal to 4 and j is equal to 4, then execute the break statement. Okay, fine. So now see what's happening over here. So this particular print statement, let's keep it here itself. Okay, let's see if it executes in our output or not. So what's happening over here? We have two variables. Okay, one is I, one is j. So for within for, this is known as a nested for loop. That means currently this particular for loop is my outer for loop. Okay, and this particular for loop is my inner for loop, right? So I am using a break statement inside my inner for loop. Okay, so I value is 1 initially, j value is also 1. Okay, these two. Now it goes inside and check j is less than equal to 10. Yes, it is less than equal to 10. Now it will check if condition is satisfying. No, it's not satisfying. Okay, so what it will do, it will just print the value of I and j. So here we need to mention the j as well. Okay, so 1, 1 will get printed. Then again I value will be 2. Okay, j value will become 2. Now again the condition will be checked. So this will go until it is 4. Okay, once it is 4, it will break. That means our output should come 1, 2, 3, both in I as well as in j, because it is two nested loops are here, right? So here what we can do, we can write system.out.println I comma j. Okay, let's try to compile this. Okay, let's check for the error. Let's do something. We'll just write I plus j. Okay, so what will happen? Whatever value of I and j would be, that will be added in our output. Okay, so let's compile this off. Let's do a dry run again. So I value is 1 j value is also 1. So that means condition is not satisfying. It will print I plus j. That means 2 will be printed. Okay. Then j value will be incremented to 2. Okay. And then it will check if the condition is satisfying or not. Then I plus j will be printed and so on. Okay. So compilation is done. Now let's check that out. Okay. So code. Let me clear this off so that we can see the code properly. What's the output? Fine. Now let's check the output, how it is there. Okay, so first 2 got printed. Okay, then I value, first of all the inner for loop is running and then the outer for loop will run, right? So I value remains 1, j value will get changed, right? So now the j value got changed to 2 when it got incremented. So next I plus j, 3 will get printed. Okay, next j value again got incremented. So now it's 3. Okay, so 1 plus 3, that means 4 will get printed. Okay, now j value is 4, that means one condition is satisfying, right? One condition is satisfying. So what will happen? It will again go ahead and print 5 and then 6. So until j is less than equal to 10, it will just print the values up to here. Okay, once the j loop is terminated, what will happen? Now next I will be incremented. Okay, so I will be incremented to 2, 3, 4 and then so on, and then you'll get the output. Okay, so that's how you can use a nested a break statement inside a nested for loop. Okay, now let's use a break statement inside a while loop. Okay, so for that what we can do, let's take int I and then I'll give a value to I. So let's say I equal to 1 and then I'll test out while I is less than equal to 10. Okay, and then inside this I'll check if I is equal to 5, then break. That means whenever I value is 5, you need to break it off. And then over here, just after this, we can do I plus plus. Okay. And then at the same time, we can just remove this off from here. And at the same time, we can increment it. Okay. Or we can also do something after this. We can print and then we can increment the value. Okay. Okay, now just check for the braces. So here there is one brace and then the left out is 2. So closed and then closed. Fine. Compile this off. No syntax error. Okay, now let's check it, the dry run, how it is working. So here I value is 1. Okay, fine. So it comes inside the while loop. It checks the condition I is less than equal to 10. Yes, it is less than equal to 10, but when it comes inside the if condition, it says I equal to 5. So this is not satisfying, right? So what will happen? System.out.println, this line will be executed. So that means 1. So in our output, 1 will get printed first. Okay, 1 will get printed. Then what happens? I plus plus. That means now the I value is 2. Again, it will go and check the while loop. Yes, the condition is satisfying and it comes inside the if condition. No, it doesn't satisfy. So it will not execute this block. It will come to this line and print the I value. That means now the I value is 2. Again, I plus plus. So it moves to 3. Okay. Then it checks I is less than equal to 10. Yes, it is. Whether the if condition is satisfying? No, it's not satisfying. Again, it will print system.out.println I. That means 3. Okay, then I plus plus, now I value is 4. Again, it's not satisfying. When, so output will be 4. Now the I value moves to 5. Now what will happen? This particular block will get executed. So once this gets executed, so I once I value reaches to 5, okay, so then this particular if statement, it has a break, then it won't execute further. Break means now the execution will not be happening further. Okay, so that's how the whole code will be working. Fine. So no syntax error in the compilation part. So next what we need to do, let's quickly check out the output. Okay, so this is the one. Let me clear this. Okay, now fine, the output is 1 2 3 4. Why? Because whenever I is equal to 5, there is a break statement. It gets, after that the execution will not happen anymore. So if you see the output, it has 1 2 3 4. Now there might be a question in your mind, like in the while loop it was like I is less than equal to 10. So that's what the future the feature of break is. It doesn't matter whatever value you have given to your loop, whether it's a for loop, whether it's a while loop. So whenever the whole code encounters a break statement, doesn't matter what loop it's running, like it whether it's running till 100 or 10 or 5, there is a break statement, but that means after that no iteration will be there. Break means whatever up to that particular point, whatever the output was, that will get executed. After that nothing will get printed. Okay, so that's what the use of break statement, okay, inside the for loop, nested for loop and while loop.